Hey, good afternoon. This is Dustin with Redline Engineering and RedlineStands.com. Today, I'm here to show you guys how to use the Redline manual tire changer. This is our TC500. This tire changer is really great to have because it keeps the cost down instead of having a big electric machine. This machine still works the same way. It'll handle small car tires, motorcycle tires, trailer tires. You're not going to get anything real big on here like a big truck tire. So all your passenger series stuff, motorcycle stuff, it works great for. So basically we're going to walk through and show you what to do. See, it's got a nice spinning turntable. Here on the side over here, if you want to come look, this is our bead breaker. You see it's got a lot of different holes here everywhere, so you can actually adjust it to a lot of different places. I have already got this tire adjusted to where I want it. So the first thing we're going to do is take our valve stem tool. If you don't have one of these, you got to have one of these, and we'll take the stem out of the tire. Basically, you just stick it down inside and it screws right out. And you'll know you're doing it. You want to keep a little bit of pressure on it, because if you don't, it'll shoot that little valve clear across your shop and you'll never know where it's at. You'll have to go buy another one. Not the end of the world, but still. Do it enough times, you learn to hang on to that kind of stuff. So, all the air is out of the tire. We're not going to put the valve stem back in yet. We're here at our bead breaker. And basically, what you want to happen is the bead breaker to sit right there at the bead of the tire. Right there, nice and snug. And take your pry bar, get it in there and just apply pressure. Oh, did you hear that? That meant the bead broke. That's exactly what we were hoping for. Now basically, I'm just gonna go around the tire and finish breaking the bead all the way around. This little table is really neat. You've got these feet, these plastic feet, that just slip over. If you'll take a real close look, these feet can either grab and grab from the inside of the tire or on the inside of the tire, outside, inside. We use these special feet to keep from marring the tire. Also, very easy to adjust. Just pull this pin, just slides right back and forth. Another really useful thing to have on this table is underneath it, there's a little pin. Push that in place, locks your turntable. I usually like to work with mine out. So what we're gonna do is drop our tire on here. It comes with a 4-way. Now, this threaded screw goes clear across to the other side, and you'll see what I mean. When you start cranking on it to tighten it up, it may go in the right direction, it may not. Just to show you, I'm gonna spin it around. See, this time, when I go to tighten it, it backs off. So just pay attention to that. So now, we're going to grab down onto the tire. Sometimes it takes a little coercing. Actually, all the time it takes a little bit of coercing. Now, a very valid point, if this is your first time going to do this, especially if you're working on a low profile, small sidewall motorcycle tire, don't start out on a brand new tire. Go to your local motorcycle shop, ask them if they've got any spares, stuff that's come off like this one over here. You see, that's a good practice tire. Don't worry about tearing it up. So our next move, now that we've got the bead broke, now that we've got it set on here good, is we've got a solution. It's by Pitt, hold on a second, grab it. Pitt Posse tire mounting lubricant. This stuff will save your life. If you go to change a tire without this, you're going to tear your tire up. So don't do that. Some people will tell you use a soapy water solution, but you can tell. You know what? I don't know if that's, yeah, it's broke. You can tell when you go to put this stuff on, it's a lot slicker and slimier than a soapy water solution. And this will make all the difference in the world when you go to change that tire. Okay. So now the next step, and it comes with one tire iron. I like to have two. These things are ridiculously handy to have. So basically what you do is, doesn't hurt to go ahead and get one started. Just want to get down into the rim a little bit. We also sell rim savers. This particular tire doesn't need it, but there are plastic rim savers that you can put over this that keeps from marring the tire up, and it works great. So, starting to pry out a little bit. We're going to get our duck head down. That's called a duck head. And what we're going to do is get this tire up and over this duck head right here. Might take a second working with it, so wasn't too bad. Sometimes they go easy, sometimes they don't. So at that point, back to our pry bar. You've got holes all the way around this table. Basically all we're going to do is put it in there and start to pull that lip up. Take our tire iron, set it out of the way. That's how easy that was. You just pull it up, and basically you do the same thing all over again. Pull your tire up, get it over that duck head. Those tend to go a lot easier. Take your pry bar, and spin it around. And that is exactly how you take a tire off. For demonstration purposes, I'm going to use this same tire. Just going to take it off and put it right back on. If you look at the tire, you'll actually notice that it's got a directional arrow on it. You want to make real sure that you put that directional arrow on the right way. So what I'm going to do, flip it over. Get our soapy solution. This stuff is not very expensive, and I recommend using a lot of it. Just makes it easier and quicker. Take your tire, push it down on there as much as you can. Now we're going to use the duck head again, but this time we're going to use the leading edge, and that's going to be what pushes the tire on. In this scenario, it's almost easy enough to turn it by hand and it sits right down, but my hands and my gloves are pretty slimy, so we're not going to do that. The wheel comes in handy on other tires. On the motorcycle tires, I've noticed we just let it stay out of the way. We don't really use it. Now, what you're going to do is take and get this back line over here behind the duck head, and we've got some tools that come with this machine, and these are essential. If you don't use these tools, you're going to tear the tire up. First off, you take this guy right here, stick it down, and the purpose of this is it keeps the tire, if you look down, if you can see down inside of the rim, it's pretty dirty down in there, but it has more room, has more wiggle room and play for the tire, so it makes it not as tight is being around the outside. So what we do is we put that in, we take our spacer block, put that in right there, and yeah, that'll work. And always apply more of our solution. Too much, not enough. So we're going to spin it a little bit. Once we do that, continue to take our spacers and put them around. You're going to move this guy quite a bit while you're putting this tire on. The more you move it, the easier it makes it. And what it ends up doing is it keeps the tire pushed down so far that it keeps it from wanting to tear up over here once it starts to get tight. And it will get awfully tight here in a minute. So I'm going to take and spin it a little bit more. All right. There is our last spacer block. We're going to move that too. I might end up doing it again. It just depends on how well the tire wants to go on. We'll go ahead and put that there just for, in case we need to pull it again. One of the things that's important to show you also is this handle up here, which I forgot to do, but twist it out and it keeps the tire off of the, it keeps the duck head off of right there being on the rim. So now we're gonna go again, pull it around a little bit, jumps right on there. And that is as easy as it goes. You just take your stuff out, take your blocks, your spacers, and that, my friends, is how you change a tire with Redline's TC500. Hope you found this video to be helpful. If you have any questions about how to operate it, believe me, we've figured out how to do it the wrong way a couple of times, and obviously how to do it the right way. So give us a call, 901-351-4764. We appreciate you taking the time to watch our video. Have a great day.